Invincible Season 2, Episode 8. I thought you were stronger. Man, this episode was strongest. Welcome back, Geek Variants. I am very much hyped over this episode of Invincible. This is the finale for the restart for them to finish in the second half of these four episodes, and I absolutely loved everything that they did. This episode was strong AF. Like, this was on point for what Invincible does. So, just like one of the other episodes we saw earlier, make sure you give these writers their credit, their due. You give these animators their credit, their due. Like, these voice actors, everyone involved in production, absolutely fantastic. So let's get into it. And I had to take a couple notes of how many things I was seeing. Not full. I'm going to go back and watch it several more times. But look, Nolan, he ended up passing his inspection, right? Yeah, he's kind of getting set up for his execution. They want to be as strong as possible, fully healed, kind of ready to go, more or less a couple bruises. And they're like, yo, we want you to be able to stand trial or whatever, execution, whatever it is that got going on. And we finna just go ahead and rock you and finish you off. So they're trying to make sure that he is set for that. And we already know that Angstrom has a hold of Debbie and has Mark called out to Mark, right? So Mark shows up with the vengeance, like, yo, that's my mama. It's my little brother. What is you doing? And he is ready to scrap. The thing about that is Angstrom keeps messing with him. And this is where we get into the fun parts of the episode. Because Angstrom keeps messing with him and throwing him through portals left and right, teasing him, messing with family, threatening to hurt them and all this kind of stuff. And in the process of that, after he jumps through several worlds, we get some cameo appearances that I was not expecting to see. Wasn't sure if we are going to see because I try to stay away from spoilers and stuff. But one of the biggest ones that I was happy to see was the fact is that we got this. All right. This was absolutely fantastic to see, knowing that Agent Spider has made an appearance in Invincible. And the fact is that it was voiced by Josh Keaton, who has voiced several other roles throughout, different cartoon series, so that, including Spider-Man, also the Black Spider, and some of the Young Justice and all that stuff. So it was absolutely great to see him. Of course, you got to get permission to use characters and stuff from other properties and other universes and stuff. So Invincible never had necessarily a cameo with Spider-Man, but they had a team up done by Marvel Comics, which was this big team up here, Spider-Man meets Invincible. And it was a whole thing. So it's absolutely fantastic that we got Agent Spider fighting a octopus doctor type character, and Invincible was able to come into that universe. Absolutely fun. And again, while he was universe hopping, because again, multiverse is his thing, he's universe hopping. A couple other cameos were made. This one being in particular, and it's this weapon that got my attention. I'm like, I've seen this weapon before, and of course, it's on my account because my son plays Fortnite on my account, and it's actually the weapon from Fortnite, the Dragon's Breath rifle from Fortnite. So he, at some point in time, went through Fortnite universe and came back to smack Angstrom with this as he was going through the universes. And it was just funny to see. It's like, okay, Fortnite is literally everywhere. Like, there's no getting away from it. So that was fun. But Tony is going to absolutely love this next cameo. We actually get Invincible talking to a character who, basically is a man, but he deals with, dresses up like a bat. Interesting. They never say him by name, but we know that cape. We know who it is. We know what the reference is. So the fact is that Marvel, Fortnite, and DC were all referenced through this, which is kind of where Invincible, came from with all the different superhero comics that have come out. It's nice to, see that kind of that homage, see those Easter eggs, and just really get, those fun little plugs, because Invincible has a great way of kind of bringing that in and showing that to the people, especially with the episode about the animator stuff. So it's fun to see. But again, Angstrom is just on point with like throwing him through portals and everything. And eventually he's having a mental break the entire time because he's still trying to fathom that it's the one universe where Mark is actually a good guy, but he wants him to be a bad guy so he can still have his vindication for everything that's happened. And he still goes after it. He still gets it because there's several other versions of him that are just like, yo, no, he needs to die. He's done this, and he's reliving all the trauma that every Angstrom has dealt with throughout the course of everything. So this man snaps, ends up, hurting the kid, kind of just, he bumps his head and stuff, snaps Debbie's arm, like straight up snaps that thing nasty like, and proceeds to go at it, and he's strong, so he's giving Invincible a run, and then eventually Mark's just like, no, like I'm done, and like he snaps and he beats the living crap out of Angstrom, like he just absolutely destroys him, splatters his guts all over the freaking place, like that's it, he's done, he's no longer a factor. I did not expect him to get dispatched as fast as he was as far as that fight. Like, I expect him to do a couple more things with the portals or have some other kind of game plan for somebody who thinks a lot. But no, he got ran over and it was absolutely hilarious. But that gives us a little bit more as far as with Angstrom being gone and we know about the different universes, and we end up seeing eventually the future of some of the Guardians and stuff and some of what happened. So we get some more insight into the background of what happened to the world, how he went missing from the world, and all that. So it's just A+ cinema right here. Like I'm loving this. We also get General Craig, who's back to make sure that Nolan is ready to go for his stuff, and we get Alan to come in, and Alan and Nolan kind of have the mind meld moment for a second so they can talk. And it looks like they're planning to figure out. Well, Alan is planning. Nolan's just kind of like, I'll accept my fate, but he's coming to terms with some stuff, and that's the part where we're going to kind of get more to. They're trying to figure it out, so they're going to talk in later. But we end up, going to find out that some characters who we thought were dead are not necessarily dead. Immortal then went on a whole mental break and a bender because he lost Kate. And come to find out, and I didn't put two and two together at first, but Kate has always had her suits numbered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. But what number is missing? That's right, the number 0. We find out Kate's still alive, and she's rocking the number 0 to let her know that she's the original Kate, and she's been living her entire life through duplicates the entire time. So that's just a revelation in itself. So she was tired of dying or tired of living. She wanted to run away. She wanted to be her own woman and just kind of do her own thing. So the fact is that she's still alive. That kind of can bring Immortal out of his slump. And he can now, I guess, protect her. She can stay hidden and continue to, like, she can just be announced as dead. She can create her duplicates and keep doing what she's doing. Or she can just stay hidden and Immortal can do his thing because he's immortal, right? He's not dying. So he can go off and fight and then come back to her. He's got her to come back to, and she doesn't have to worry about him going off to do it because he's immortal. So he's not going to die. He's always going to come back to her, I guess, at some point in time. So that's the thing. So I didn't expect that. We still got to see what's going on with Ray because she's still, I think she survived everything, but she's still trying to heal and all that stuff. I really don't know how they're going to reassemble the Guardians or what they plan on doing to any of that, or they just show. But you got to get ready to put something together, or are we just going to focus on the team that's going to take on the Viltrumites? If we're just focusing on that and the Guardians are kind of disheveled, then okay, cool. Who's going to go up against the Viltrumites and fight that empire? So more really just kind of fun stuff. The entire family's got matching eyewear because they all got the same swollen right eye. So Debbie's got it, Mark's got it, Nolan's got it. Like they all just jacked up in the same way. So I gotta figure it out. There's two new characters that were introduced, Riley and Jane, or like I don't know what their purpose is, what's going on. Um, I can't remember who's who, but one of them's got powers. Is able to lift up stuff and do stuff, and they end up finding the Temple of Kahor, and he needs a male to inhabit to, I guess, continue his existence or whatever he's doing. So that's a whole thing, but it's just two females, so they're just there. So I don't know how that's going to work out and what their plan is, or if that's a separate timeline, if that's in the same timeline. Like, is she going to be part of the Guardians at some point? I don't know. There's stuff going on there. Robot and Monster Girl kind of have an understanding and a connection because I think he's still trying to figure out how to save her. So I do want to see if he's going to come up with something because I like Monster Girl, I like having her around. So if he can slow her down her aging and kind of get her to where she can be a normal person, then that's going to definitely help her out. But again, she's got to let him help. And it seems like she's finally coming around to the idea to let him help. So that'll be nice to transpire. But then we get back to Omni Man. You know, he's sitting there and he's talking with Alan now, and they're just discussing things. And he's actually feeling remorse and regret. Like, you already got kind of a hint of it when he was there with the insects on that world and stuff like that. But now it seems more full blown that, you know, he's really like, yo, I'm dealing with this stuff. Like, I actually feel deeply regretted. Like, I'm no longer a Viltrumite. Like, he is fully like renounced, you know, per us. Not necessarily to anybody, but yeah, I don't feel like a Viltrumite anymore. Like, I'm not a Viltrumite. Freaking, I actually have regret. I feel bad for everything I've done to those people. Mainly Mark. He doesn't mention Debbie by name in terms of I feel bad for what I did to her. He just says I feel bad for mainly what happened to Mark. So that then he goes on to say he misses Debbie. Okay, you actually miss her after you calling her a pet. I don't know if she's gonna let that go. Look, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like I said, freaking most women, freaking I know is like, I'm gonna remember that like forever. So that was like the season finale, and now we gotta wait for season 3 to come out and give us more of that story. Like, it's got to be green lit. Like, if it's already green lit, it's about to be. Like, ain't no question. Like, Amazon has got a fantastic property on their hands. And people, please do not get on them. They already gave us the episode. Just the third time I mentioned it. Do not get on them. Let them do their work. I want Invincible season 3. I want it when it's ready, and I want it when it's amazing and set up and everything it is supposed to be. Do not rush these people. Do not get on their case. Do not make them have to put another, thing into the script to talk about us because we clamor for something and we don't know how to be patient. Let's wait for it to come out. This stuff is good. It's quality. It's fantastic. Like, I want to continue to receive a good product the entire way through. Don't do like them Star Wars movies and be having something good and then just you trying to rush something out and it turns out like crap. I know some of the ones I'm talking about. I'm not happy about it. So, yes, I want to make sure that we see this stuff. So that's all I got for this one. Look, I'm just happy that we were able to get this episode and I was able to sit here and cover it with you guys stuff. So we still got other stuff that's coming up. Definitely looking at, the boys on its way. So at that, we definitely, got a lot of heartache in the community. So at that, freaking, and I think it was, I maybe say the name incorrectly, Paderno, one of the actors from Gen V, he died in a motorcycle accident. That, so definitely, rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. The entire Gen V production community said he was a wonder to have on set, and yeah, freaking, we got more content coming. So at that, we're looking at Fallout. We're looking at freaking Kaiju number 8, some more stuff. So by all means, stick with us and make sure that if you haven't already, you hit that lovely red subscribe button. All right. Make sure you join in. We appreciate all the subscribers and stuff so far. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.